This is an introduction to Pear Deck. I'm going to use an example of a lesson on tree identification. So I've got 3 cards that I've put together. One, you could use matching. The second one could be using multiple choice. And the third one is drawing a sketch of a tree. So I've got those on my desktop, and I'll start my presentation, or slides, excuse me. So I'm in slides, so I'm going to add a new slide, presentation, and it's going to have 3, edit, and before I duplicate, I always like to try to just get rid of anything I'm not going to use, and I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use this, and then just click here and duplicate and get 3 slides. So in this first one, I'm going to insert an image from my computer, and I'll find that. I usually name a folder so it's easy to find. Pear Deck intro. There's the first one. Insert image. Get the second one. And insert image, get the third one. So I'll go back here and start here, and I'm going to go to add-ons and Pear Deck and open Pear Deck add-ons. This should be in your slides. And actually, before I go any further, I'm going to name this, and we're going to name this Pear Deck intro. All right, so I'm going to add on Pear Deck, and it just says open Pear Deck. The first time you might have to add it in, but after that it's there, and you just go again to get here. I went to add-ons, and this is where you can add on. For this first one, I want to have them be able to draw on it, and so I just click on draw, and now when students go here, they'll be able to draw on that card, and I'll show that to you at the end. And the only way that you know that something's happened is here at the bottom. It shows a little Pear Deck, and that shows that that's been added. That function has been added to that slide. I'll go to the next one, and this one is multiple choice. So I'm going to choose choice right here, and so you kind of have to know what you want to type there. I'm gonna look at Pacific Madrone, Western Red Cedar, or Paper Birch. So Pacific Madrone, Western Red Cedar, or Paper Birch. And you can add more choices if you want. And it doesn't show up on this slide, but I'll show you on the student section what they see. And on this one, again, I'm just going to choose draw because they're going to use the draw. On another video, I'll show the draggable. That's kind of nice. You can put things on there, but I don't actually use it very often. But I use draw all the time. All right, so it's ready to go. So you just have to start a lesson. And I'm going to have this one be student paced. You could also have teacher paced, but I've been mostly doing student paced lately. And this is going to give us a link. So you copy that link and then share that with your students. So I'm going to, this is what I see as the teacher in my dashboard, but I want to go to this link so that you know what they see when you share this with them. For them, it's going to look like this. So on this first one, they can draw on this one or use a highlighter. So they could think, okay, the Pacific Madrone, I think it's this one over here, and then they could use maybe a different color. The paper birch looks like this one, and Western red cedar is right there. And then they could go to the next card, and they could choose that is a Western red cedar. And on the last one, they could choose one of these, and you can make the pencil a little bit smaller, and you can draw a tree. I thought I chose green there. There we go. And there's the tree. All right, so that's the student side of it, and so you can see that on the dashboard, then there's a couple ways to look at it. Here's mine, and all the students would be kind of listed. I only have one student, me, but if as many are doing it, you're going to see that. You're going to see my choice, and you're going to see my tree. There's a couple of layouts so that you can see it that way. Multiple choice always just comes up like this, but the layout in grid layout is kind of nice, so you can see a smaller version of what students are doing. And so that's just a matter of taking a presentation, putting Pear Deck over the top of it, and giving them that link so they can go and do that. So that's an introduction to Pear Deck.